we are in here for Tile Tuesday. Gonna fix the picture settings a bit more after this game. I like this line because I like getting to go queen takes d4 without a knight here that can attack her. So this is quite pleasant. I'm gonna get a quick long castle. And this is what I want. I want to open it up right where their king is. So let's think here. We could take a knight d5. Could go knight d5 immediately and like a nice pawn takes. Or could kind of hold. I guess take knight d5, queen c6. I guess the idea would be like a rook around, which is kind of interesting. It does invite this check, which could be vaguely useful for my opponent. I think they want this move, queen c5. So I think I want to take away queen c5 as an option. I think queen c5 lets them off the hook. So now obviously it's not an option. So they did get this check, but I do think this rook around idea is strong, or unless I could just take it. Take, take, take. I can. I also think rook d3 is a good move. Not obvious how you defend that. Is rook d3 even better? I'm struggling for defense. Anyway, this is winning. I think it's just cleanly winning. Queen takes f6 and a fork here and here. With no castles as an option. Could go rook c8 as a counterattack. Could even not take this knight. If you don't, then this is a problem. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, this knight is so dominant because e6 is never getting played. There's too much pressure right here. So it's just never getting chased away, and I don't know what you would even do about this. Say rook c8 to keep my knight out of c7, but it invites something like knight b6. So, yeah, was not pleasant. Black needed to hustle getting their king out of the middle, and I think did not have sufficient urgency there. Trade. Let me pull up the Twitch chat. I'm seeing a couple messages. About chat. Yo, you destroyed me in Blitz some days ago. What was our game? Thanks for joining. Was it with one of the Gambits? I could even take this first. I do have to watch out. Takes rook g6. No, I don't. I don't even have to watch out for that. Yeah, no good reason why not. Really nothing the queens can do to me. Absolute worst case scenario, we have that. I could have just taken the bishop and been up 2 pawns and more, but got you patrolling the back rank. Yeah, I'm not sure about black even. Like, it wasn't just one blunder, is what I'm saying, right? The position was in quite dire straits. Is this worth it, or is this worth it? I guess this is a small trap they've set. Bishop g5. No, it does not guard d8. Blend through defenses don't work for kings. It's a term I made up when I was little. Because I never heard this term. But bishop g5, the fact that it doesn't defend d8 is pretty appealing. It's just like kind of an interesting concept, right? Because they do have enough defenders. They have 3 and I have 3 attackers. But a blend through doesn't quite do it. this word. I've never heard a term instead of it. We don't have a good one. But it's critical, because if it wasn't a blend throw, it's a direct defense, then it makes all the difference. Where are the official book of chess terms, and how can I help? Okay, I should probably just take this bishop. Haha, JK and less. I should just take this bishop. No. We are 3 pawns up. I think things are going pretty decently. This is an interesting move. Take. Do I get anywhere? I don't think I get anywhere. Technically, that didn't do anything, because I had C1 guarded as well. Technically. No. We got check. This was probably more effective. I could hide out on C2 for a move, because that would have been mate with that guarded. Instead, we'll go check. And it's not worth it. Check. D7 trade. Rook D7 trade and check is actually a good idea. I don't know. There's a lot of ways to win, but this is just kind of what I'm seeing. That's has no doubt. Oh, I guess they have Rook F1. No, Rook F1 I can still check and take it. So my point is I want to win a rook here after we trade. This is pretty forcing. Oh, I actually didn't even clock this. I guess I have King A1, Rook A2. Wait, I didn't even clock this. King A1, Rook A2. Oh my god, how did I miss this completely? And then I have to take and then check. Oh, we just drew this game. How did I just draw this game? Oh my goodness. We just gotta go back check, right? If I take it, then check. And it's... I mean, I'm gonna get mated if I run up the wall. Yeah, none of these pieces stop the checks. Could go there, doesn't matter. Wow, yeah, I totally missed Rook takes B2. It just didn't even occur to me. I went Rook D7, it's a non-checking move, and they found some resource here. Oh, what? Oh, I guess it doesn't matter. Okay. Let me just throw away another rook. Wow, incredibly lazy. Incredibly lazy. They threw Rook G2. This was their one idea. Sacrifice here. I went takes. I mean, it's especially stupid because I have just check, check, and take. As like the most obvious thing in the world to play. I just thought this was somehow even more obvious. Somehow even more forcing that we trade everything here and then I go check. And then you go here or here to defend your rook. And then I'd go check. But yeah, I gotta watch out for all checks. And rook takes b2, I can't get out of check. If I take it, it's the most straightforward checks, just here and here. My queen is not helpful there. Blocked. Couldn't block anything. Yeah, should've just gone check, check, and take. Whoops. X-ray. X-ray. Yes. What is... I'm having a total... You guys seeing how sharp I am. What does X-ray refer to exactly in chess? I feel like there's people rated a third of my rating that know the answer to this. Indirectly attacks. It seems to be a skewer. Or... It seems to be a skewer. Or no, it is, yeah, an X-ray defense. Okay. An X-ray defense. But the thing is, it doesn't... I've never heard of the concept where it... I don't know, let's do this. What if I don't go here? What are you going to do? Same thing. I did think there was some smart thing to do against this, right? That I never got down pat. It was like G6 was playable. Throw this at you. What would happen? Okay, I don't know, I'm just making this up. I feel like you want queen g3 in every line I've seen, right? To like attack something here. So, I don't know, I'm just going to do something... Because I feel like bishop b4 always happens and there's nothing really to do. Okay. I thought you were going to do some big bad long castle. I guess you want e5. e5, maybe I play like knight b4... g7, e5... 4, queen d2. Yeah, do I have no good squares after e5? That's kind of an issue. Okay, maybe I start with this move then, and we'll figure something out. Because that was the point of this. E5, I had no good squares. Took away my squares. Took away my squares. Tier takes, it's not worth it, but it was fun to think about for a second. What about this? A3, boom, D4, AB4, DC3. Kind of crazy. Kind of cray-cray. I could go here. D5, A3, D4, takes. That's interesting. I think this is going to be kind of fun at the end of that. A3, D4, takes, right? I was going to go just like here. Just go for it. This was even a move I was considering. But. Okay, we trade. I guess, do you have bishop G5 in that position? Oh, he took that one. Okay. No, I'm good with that, though. So we keep the queens on. I'm down a pawn? Am I down a pawn? Finally. What's happening here? Maybe not, chat. Maybe not. E5, I'll figure it out. Or should I play H6 first? I should play H6 first. E5 and A4. Okay, chat, I'll play H6 first. So trade, E5 back. That's comp. But then takes queen g7, queen d2. No. Just because it was off d2. Oh, you took it? Okay. Alright, let's come back. Okay, now we got someone. That's what you wanted. I'm unimpressed. No, he's fine. He's got a pawn, and I got to work to get it back. Okay. Kind of annoying, isn't it? This pawn not there. Do you have any pressure? I gotta deal with you, don't I? Okay, deal with you. Oh, now e6. It's free. Now e6. So I had to guard these. I couldn't quite just grab it. So this guy. Okay, what about you? Nom nom nom. Not a lot of time, but equal. I think he could have played e6 last turn. Whoa. Oh, you took with the bishop. No way you take with... Dude, can you do... No. Yeah, you took with the bishop. Okay. Okay, chat. Takes, check here. They're probably pretty insulated. That stinks. Okay, fine. Dang, okay, we're down pawn. We're down a pawn. But, yeah, it's annoying. Okay, finally we're free. Can't let a queen trade like that get me. Okay, wait, but let's go get you. Gotta stay on the aggressive side here when you're down a pawn. Chaos is in my favor. It is insulated, but okay, let's just keep that. Probably, I don't know, this is the only thing I can attack, right? This might be a useful move. Maybe a little hideout there. Just a little hideout. Checks. Certainly annoying. It is drawn, but this would be cool. Give me that check. I don't expect it. I don't know how white makes progress here. It's not making any progress. Oh. Oh my god. This game is tough. Ah. Oh well. Oh well, what can I say? Please adjust. Alright, next round of Tell Tuesday. Okay. We'll just play with D3. Already attacked. Alright. Could play with G4. I think it's kind of interesting. G4. They could try for a quick D5, just given what I did there. Alright, don't try this at home, but I'm gonna actually castle into this. Just because I don't know what you're doing with your king. I don't. Kind of annoying to defend. Argument for Rook B1. Rook B1, they could probably attack the other one. G5 is probably most appealing of the options. I'll just play with H3 for now, until I see what they're doing with their king. Sensible. Alright, so they're also undecided about their king. Remind you why you might not want to go the other way. This is my goal, at least. Let's go bishop d2. On a4, I play a3, because I don't want to allow this. Oh, I almost forgot about this pawn. Yeah, actually, my pieces are uniquely poorly arranged to defend that pawn. That's what we gotta do. I have bishop takes. We're good. I do not want that open. Want trade in queen b2. So e3 I can take it right now with a pin on their queen. They still need to figure out a spot for their king. I also can play c4 next, which is probably what I want to do, now that this is defended. So this just kind of relieves a lot of the tension over here, especially that they play rook b8, and it's not easy for them to send their king that way. Although, like, not off the table. So we need to find some way through, and I think that way is only this, but it does give their e5 square. Let's just try to move around a little bit. gives this. I want to see what they're going to do. This position, which is so closed. But f5 is kind of my last lever in the position. If I can't make this happen. This move, see what they're doing about this. Like they're just trying to find a move. Took away this. I could play e5 and then f5. It does have some appeal to it, just to not hand them the e5 square. All right, let's go here. Interesting idea. Because if I want f5, this is what I want to attack, right? There's no pawn on h7. So this feels like a good trade. Actually, let's push f5 finally. Let's just do it already. So you can go here, but I have f6 as an idea as well. I feel like they have no ideas now that I closed this with c4. Didn't get to join here, and I just execute the push pastoral. I push whichever one you don't. I keep that all locked. And I want this knight on f4. Right? Further adding pressure right there. Or we swap these knights, and then I just try to come get you, and then further add pressure right there. So they take it. They've had enough. Okay, I think we're gonna go with... Let's go with the knight takes. Pawn takes has appeal, but feels a little weakening on my king. Knight takes feels like I still got it under control. So they come here. It's gonna go bishop f4. No, I don't need to. I think that square could be occupied well by a knight. So, okay, now we'll go bishop f4 though, because I need to defend this, and the knight is gone from this spot. That's a good idea. Check. Check queen d2 if you take this, right? I think we're making progress on their king. Like, I'm just going to go here and here. And h4, probably. But this is also tough to defend, like h4, I can take it. So maybe we should keep an eye on. But the king side, yeah, stays locked. Like, queen side, rather. But I would need to move you, wouldn't I? I have an h6 as an idea. Unless this is an I. Let's go rook f3 to cover that, and now here. Oh, queen b4 now. You move your rook. This is... Oh, okay. Now there's rook b8. b4. Yeah, the bishop defended well. Rook f5. Would... Yeah, no. That's a problem. So it's good that we have this guarded. Pressure here. I have bishop h3 I can pair with this. I just need to get him from all the right angles, you know? Here, g6. I think a g6. I should just take it like a normal person. Okay, well, just... this is a good move. Took me too long. Okay. Trade. Now I have queen a5 as an idea, but I need you defended. Got everything covered. Queen a5 really not doing anything. I guess that was a good idea. I think we have everything covered, though. You can take this, and I just come over. It's tenuous, but we've got it all covered. I never even went for this. But this is strong. I don't know. Probably queen e5 should have been played. We are too slow. We are too slow. Alas. Alas. We gotta pick up the pace. Tough one. What's up, Desert Lightning? Wishing well. K's and Gambits. Thanks for the sub with Prime. Okay. Not a great start in Title Tuesday. We were slow there. I'm good, chat. I'm good. I've been busy with work, but we're back to gambiting. Excited for World Baseball Classic Final. Yes, I am. My friends and I were in Miami this past weekend for the World Baseball Classic. We got in and caught the tail end of Dominican Republic against Korea. And since we were late and DR mercy ruled them, we didn't see too many innings. But it was a ton of fun. The energy there is crazy. For reference, this is like the World Cup, but for baseball instead of soccer. It's all the countries competing against one another. And happens once every 3 years. Kind of random. But once every 3 years, not 4. Not 1, but 3. And the energy is just off the chain. Like, for these Central American countries and for these Southeast Asian countries, like, baseball is their sport. And very interesting, well, especially because we saw Venezuela and Japan, which is awesome, like 2 baseball powerhouses. Japan, the reigning champions in 2023. They're just culturally so different. Like the Japanese have like these organized cheers, and they're like, you know, it's reflective of their culture. And the Venezuelan fans are just so much energy. The same with the DR fans. It was awesome to be there. Like, you don't get that literally in Major League Baseball. Maybe in the World Series. Just like how much energy is in that stadium, how much the fans are into every single pitch. It's their country. It's their sport. So that was cool. Venezuela-Japan was like a back and forth game. And Venezuela won. And they again beat Italy yesterday. So they're in the finals against Team USA, who controversially beat the Dominican Republic in their semis. So that's tonight. US, Venezuela for all the marbles. The next game is. I actually thought DR was the best team. But this will be big because I'm a Mets fan and we got a Mets pitcher going tonight in the finals. My man Nolan McLean. And he didn't do that well his other start in the World Baseball Classic. But he's got this tonight. Alright, we're about to lock in until Tuesday and then just kind of like play real free and real quick. I think that's the problem. We've taken too much of a break from chess. When's the next round? I see Hans with 4 out of 4. I'm excited for that documentary. The Hans Magnus documentary is coming out. Alright, next round of Title Tuesday. National Master from Brazil. Gambit. Let's go. Oh baby. Oh baby. What about these Gambit glasses? What do we think? What do we think? Trying out some new Gambit glasses as we have this acceptance. Now if I transpose to a straight Stafford, H3 actually shuts down everything. So I'm going to play F5 here to keep some ideas on the table. Need to keep some ideas on the table. Something interesting is directly Queen H4. I'm not going to do it though. That's kind of interesting. Direct Queen H4 because it hits here. I think like my concern is kind of G3. And then like I need the spot for my knight one way or the other. I would trade if I could force pawn takes and then Queen H4. Would be more appealing. But so the thing is that I get that you don't get in the Stafford, right? The Stafford would be this exact position, but you've played knight f6 on the second move instead of bishop c5. And you don't get this opportunity to push this pawn. It's blocked, right? But now I push the pawn and put the knight right behind it. And now there's pressure here and here. And critically, when I trade that pawn for that pawn, it opens up these lines to attack here. And like this is now also a target because it doesn't have its best friend to defend. So, right, if we were just playing a regular Stafford, like knight f6, takes, and now here we trade. Now after knight c3, I play bishop c5, right? So we would get this position, and after knight f6, just h3, and I can't come here, and queen d4, you can counter with queen f3, and there's really nothing there. There's really nothing there, just knight c3 and h3. But this retains all sorts of fun possibilities. is what I'm going to do here is castle. So it takes, probably pawn takes, and I don't have anywhere great to go with you. Something you got to watch out for is like a queen coming to c4. Okay, so now we're going to make this trade. Now we are going to make this trade, and we're going to see how you want to recapture. So they take with a knight, which is fine by me, because when I trade that knight, now my queen can come to h4, and I love that square. So people don't realize, you take for granted, when you have like a standard castle like this, yeah, how important the knight would be right there. And instead they're putting a bishop there, which just kind of sitting there, not really doing anything to me. And there's a couple of things. So bishop d6, g3, feels like what they want anyway to maybe tuck him back in. Bishop g4 is like on the table. Takes, can I like take f2? Is it worth it? Like probably not, but it's worth looking at. Trade, yeah, that's not it. But bishop takes here, bishop g3, no, they have bishop h3. So, right, so like a, no, I can't, I don't have that square either. So here takes rook d8. It's actually not immediately obvious why this should fail. Because bishop e6, king over, then queen e2, then I take everything. Is it so obvious why this doesn't work? Takes and rook d8. I guess they have g3. Takes. f2. g3 could be the problem, actually. It is quite interesting, though. Okay, not really necessary. Not really necessary. Let's just play bishop e6. Because g3, I have this move anyway. So, okay, let's just play some good moves here. If I take it and rook f8, I could take it in bishop c4. If I take it in rook f8, it's also not quite it. Take. Or just the immediate bishop d6. Yeah, let's just go here. No, I changed my mind. We're going here. Going here, we're just going to double. We're just going to keep it simple. Don't need to go for any crazy sacrifices. My pieces are just super good. Bishop e3 will just reroute bishop d6. We're just going to double this. No queen c4, just normal development. No wild goose chase is needed. g3, I don't have queen f6 anymore. I do need queen h3. Oh, actually, did I just run myself out of squares? Just took away this. Smarter things than this. Yeah, I gotta go back. Not smart. I have no other spot. I have to trade queens. Even with the queens off, we still have a lot of pressure on f2. And bishop e2, potentially. Rook f8. But they should play this move, even though they gotta go pawn takes. I shouldn't have let that get traded. f6 was not a smart move. Okay. They should still, again, come back. After which I trade and probably shift there. Oh, they just asked me to do that? We got lucky there. I was playing this move regardless, actually. No, they absolutely should play bishop e3. Alright, well this will be an interesting one to review. But bishop e3, I think their concern was like trade at rook d7. And they don't have rook d1 there, right? So I'm still invading. Still got some nice compensation, honestly. But absolutely they have to do that, as ugly as that is. But they should still have like 2 passed pawns for an exchange. Unless I can take this and still grab f2, which would be awesome. Alright, this is worth playing. Alright, unless bishop c4. No, we're good. Bishop c4. I mean, we could make this trade. I do get 2 bishops. But this was their idea. Oh, really? Oh. Yeah. They hung this. They should have played pawn takes, but it's like this file is actually extremely important. Like I play rook d8 and come in. I don't know what they can do. So no, they blundered allowing me bishop e2, but I didn't do that perfectly. Let's have a look. I did that pretty well, but not perfectly at all. So Bushcast Gambit. Let me talk a little bit more about the opening and why this matters. And maybe what better options exist for white. But my opponent was doing fine to this point. In fact, queen h4 wasn't even the best move. Well, by far the best move here for white is actually bishop e3. Like, there's a lot of pressure here. This bishop is not getting blocked by anything else. And this is like, keeps getting attacked. Keeps getting attacked, and you can't, like, relieve that at any moment. Like, king h1, I will take it. So just bishop e3 and just you know, dealing with this. It wants you to give it check first, okay? But just taking here, and it frees white tremendously. Now I don't have all of my cards that I had in the game. Here, yeah, I was considering this crazy line with bishop g4 takes rook d8, which looks like it could win. My point was this. Oh, you know what the problem is? I thought this would be checkmate on d1, but it's not. I thought I would checkmate them. But I forgot about that bishop. Okay, so it wasn't even close to working. Bishop e6 was nice. Here, rook f6 was wrong. So rook f7 makes a lot more sense. Makes a lot more sense. And then, you know, just to demonstrate the ideas, but if I get something like this, now all of a sudden I've got everything cooking. So the bishop is shielding me from like queen c4, and at least need to get out the way for this rook. Now I can do something like take it, queen h5, I can eat this, bishop h3, and really just toast on the light squares at this point. And this bishop is still tremendously helpful. And also something like bishop d6 is threatened. If you can't play f4, I don't know how you guard h2, right? You can't play f4 here. e5, yum. So bishop d6 is like another threat here. And there's just lots of good stuff. And the reason why, well, okay, let's look at this here. Because I don't think I should have won this game. Now that they traded queens, I should just be down the pawn. They play this, rook f7. And, well, bishop e3 seems the simplest to relieve the tension. I guess they can play this move, stopping bishop e2. And it sets up a nicer bishop e3, right? It prepares a nicer bishop e3. So that's what they should have done. But I guess, yeah, they just completely missed bishop e2. So I got very lucky here because I shouldn't have won this. They're winning here. But bishop e2. Okay, they played bishop f4. The game's not over because they got these 2 pawns. But yeah, g5 is actually quite good. So rook takes f1 should have been played to shield on f2 here. They got these 2 pawns. The 4 versus 3 is not very helpful because it's a doubled 4 versus 3. So these guys can't create a passed pawn because it's doubled. So effectively, they've got all that for the rook, which is not so bad. But it's minus 0.7 here because my rooks have good activity, lots of open files. g5 was possible here. And yeah, so bishop c4. This is just a really, really nice trade in rook d1. And they resign. This is minus 6.5. I mean, I'm just eating everything here. This is not going to be worth it. Right, like I can just take and then bring my rook in. So, fun opening. Bushcast Gambit allows us to play f5, which keeps all these nice attacking ideas on the table. If pawn takes, I can come around. I would figure something out. GG, subscribe. All right, next game. Goring. Let's go. And I'm supposed to take it. I do like this other line though. Bishop d3, d5. Okay, so it transposes to another line here, which allows for this little gambit. They just take it twice. They play here with bishop g4. So they gotta be careful, actually. A lot of people drop a piece like this. Because I can take, and then I'm actually winning a piece. Because if you take the knight, then my bishop takes 2 knights there. And then if you take the pawn, the bishop back there, then queen takes d4, I sidestep the pin. If you trade, then I'm up a piece. And then if you, after queen takes d4, if you take here, then queen takes g4. And then I have just that versus that. So you can't take this. And when bishop takes here, I can go pawn takes or something funny like that. Okay, so let's play with knight c3, which I think is interesting, because I'd like to go pawn takes c3, which would deal with my issues here. Takes pawn takes f3. I mean, don't try it at home opening this up, but it does give a very nice center. So now, okay, I don't have to deal with that. Just kind of play something normal. This might be a nice way to sidestep it, because takes, king h8 takes, it's g6, right? Takes, then rook g8. Takes, then rook g8, right? So, I guess bishop c2 is an option for queen d3. I think something I want to do anyway in this position is kind of like king h1. I feel like king h1 is going to come in handy. But I want out of this pin. Bishop c2, I guess bishop h5 was kind of what I was thinking. Then they trade it for my light square bishop, which I don't want either. Now I feel like I am threatening queen c2, because if like takes, okay, I mean that's a good move for sure. Well, so queen c2 takes here, takes f3, take here, and like queen g6 would be kind of like the crazy line. Trying to get to h5. But they probably have just queen e8. So, okay, this is not ideal then. I think what we need is probably just h3 and g4. h3 takes, queen takes f5, e5. Queen h5 and then e4, right? Not ideal. Maybe I just play e6. Honestly, I want to retain my options in the position here, and we're just gambiting this pawn. I just don't want this. Like, the rook and the bishop would be so strong if they made this pawn trade. And so we're just not saying no. If you want to take the pawn, then your bishop and rook will be not good. I'm just going to play queen c2. I'm going to attack here. I'm not dealing with your pins. I'm not having it today. Play h6 or g6 for me. One of these moves you gotta play. It's a little bit weakening. Alright, we gambited a pawn. Just said, I don't want that. The Gambit man can. The Gambit man can. I just didn't want to deal with your stuff. So now your bishop, which looked really annoying a moment ago, does not look so annoying. We're just going to try to improve our pieces. So queen e2. Some sort of... This now seems appealing, right? Knight takes d4. This is worth watching out for, like something like that. Knight takes d4, I could take it though. Okay, bishop d6, that's a good move for sure, because I wanted to like win that. Knight g5. Knight e5. G5 or knight e5, something like this, right? Okey-doke. Let's just play knight e5. We're gonna go rook takes. So that bishop was a good piece. Now it is no longer. We could play f4. We don't. So we're gonna take this. Okay. A3, rook e1. Yeah, now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. So, got this, and now I'm just gonna stack up on this big open file. You can play f4. If you play f4, then I play queen e2, and I'm coming with a lot of firepower, I feel like. Let's just play f4. Let's just stop your idea. Let's just stop your idea. So I have queen a4, I've got this line, I got this line. I think now your bishop is just so hard to deal with. Like, I just kind of traded everything else. So if you move it, I'll play rook e7. I'll take and play rook e7, maybe even more annoyingly. Yeah, I'll take it. Then from here. Now, I want to come in one of those directions. Okay, let's go. Well, here, bishop d7. Do I have anything? Yeah, let's just really come in your face. Just want to come all the way in your face. Or rook f7. I don't really have anything to do. So, okay, let's just take this. Yeah. Okay, don't get mated on the back rank, William. Rook f7. Oh, I take and then check. No, wait, you can go rook takes d7. I lied. But am I threatening it right now? King f7 check. No, I'm not. Okay, we're just gonna come back home though. I'm just gonna move this and move this. Right? Why wouldn't I do that? No, they're just gonna do nothing. Let me just push. They don't have much to do. I think they should have tried to make that rook trade. Okay, I should probably play h3 just so I don't get checkmated. But I feel like that's not happening. Okay, that they guard. Don't get checkmated. Don't do it. All the way out to f5, f6. Whoa. Draw this game now with checks. It's infinite checks, yeah? Oh. Oh, I can mate you if you come there. Yeah, didn't think so. Interesting game. Interesting game. So they came at my king at the end. I thought I had you, though. Definitely had him. Dang. Yeah, this idea they had to play c5 was a good one. I needed to put my bishop on c5, actually, to stop it. I needed to put my bishop here. Then there would have been no c5, and couldn't have stopped this pawn. But when they played c5 here, now they had all sorts of freedom to just kind of fling everything at my king. To fling everything in that direction. Probably should have lost, but I found this draw. Yeah, they almost lost here by king f7, and then mate. Oops, f5 rather. Is checkmate. Should have been nice. So, yeah. Interesting opening. Oh, my position was real nice here. This e6 idea was actually pretty strong. But this would have been even better. Rook takes. What's my point? Oh, my point is takes and check and takes. That's a good one. Alright, next game, Tail Tuesday. FM from Ukraine. Let's go. Okay. Play this line. D4. Oops. Okay. I'll just guard you. I think we just kind of want to get cooking on an attack here, right? We just queen e1, 5, finish 4. So a takes. Opening this seems nice. Probably like knight b5, yeah. I mean, a6 doesn't even stop knight b5. I mean, what is, like f5, I could probably just play. Honestly. I mean, there's really no reason I have to wait, but like, I don't know, I can play anything useful, because I don't think they can do anything much. D7, I was just gonna go with D1 now. Rook's not doing anything here, no pin. But no reason I can't do this move. F5. E5 they probably play, but now, especially if my queen has this, should I play queen h4 or f5? That's sort of the question. Again, I think this is completely risk-free. Hopefully this was playable. This could hang if they take it, but if they take it, they're going to lose. They should push themselves, honestly. Though, it's a little oogly. So they do this. This can run there. It does stop my rook from coming h3. So, okay, but I'm going to take it because that's what I wanted to open. Now if you go pawn takes, that is, I feel an achievement for me. I'll just play something like f5. Probably not. Just play this. Bishop is hanging, so this is not. Attack here can look good real quick, like bishop h6 and g5 is just me. g5. So they play f6, which makes sense. That makes a lot of sense, actually. I can't help but feel like I could have done this better. That actually took away a lot of my ideas. Not that it was super pleasant for them, but... Alright. I think we just kind of double. D2 or D1. They put this bishop on C6, probably. They're alive. Annoyingly. This is... Well, I have to guard this now. But this would have been a good idea. Here, they just go rook D8. Make progress. They just go rook D8, and this is an annoying pawn to defend, isn't it? This might be a good idea. No, but the pawn is hanging still. Unless I have just rook d7. Okay, let's give this a shot. I want to make this dynamic again. Takes rook d7. I want that. I don't if I can make all that work. Maybe I just should have played this a little bit more calmly. But trying to get in. If you guard this, then I play rook d1. I'm abandoning e4 defense. Guarding e4 would have been a pain. It would have been like something's always stuck here. This bishop just lives here. Guarding this, I think it just kind of would have been a pain. So, just playing this fast, loose, and free. Don't need to deal with you. I want rook d7. Queen here. Some sort of coordination there. Right? Not immediately obvious. So if I check first, then there's like queen f7, right? But so takes rook d7, queen c6. Not immediately obvious. Probably just rook d1 in that position. No, but that's not good actually. So takes rook d7 here. I don't think I get anything from this. But they just didn't want any of that smoke. They just didn't want any of that smoke. I think they could have. So now if you go rook d8, now I'm going to trade and check, right? And if you take here, I want rook d7. Now this starts to look a little better. I think it was just kind of intimidating. It's probably a concern. I don't like how the knight's out of the game because of that pawn. I think, like, yeah, f6 I definitely underrated. So rook d7 just sacrificing gets me nowhere. Also probably nowhere. I mean, this is something to attack now. Actually, knight h4. Knight h4 is my first sense of freedom with that knight. If you take it, which now I'm like asking you to do. Rook d7. Do I get enough with rook d7? Like now the bishop just covers good stuff. Like, yeah. I'm really encouraging that behavior. Let's go. Well, here, do I get anything with rook d7? Do I get anything or anywhere? Queen takes e2. I don't know. I need something. Sacrifice, check. Probably still nothing. Well, sacrifice, check, and bishop h6. That could be it. Oh, but then they have rook e7. Sacrifice, check, bishop h6, e7. This was the problem. Maybe I just should have gone here. No, still not clear I was making that work. What I actually didn't realize when I played queen g3 is this is defended anyway. Which is not smart, but okay, maybe we can play h3 then. So we don't get mated. Trade, I take. So rook c1 and taking this. I mean, pretty straightforward idea actually. Or I could have probably come back. I could have probably done that last turn if I wanted this. So if you play king h7, what am I doing to you? King h7, can we do that? Oh, they just go there. I mean, definitely, right? Definitely. It's good that I've played this move. I wanted to. I was just gonna run into too many problems. Okay, that was forced. Oops. We're good. I played h3. Not bad. Just that. Onion. Okay. Was that well done? Maybe. Maybe, maybe not. Here's where it starts calling for f5. Would probably call for it again. Yeah, so I underrated this for sure. This was the time to do it, and e5 here, I mean, f6 here was actually a very good move. It was a very good move, and they are actually okay. This is not a bad structure. Like, the bishop's not active, but it's not active anyway. It does defend the king, and this pawn squares up well against the knight. Bishop defends this from the pressure. So what do I attack here? And also just leaves me with this stranded e4 pawn, which is a target for the light square bishop. So it's kind of annoying. Yeah, it said I could have just taken it. I had nothing here. I really had nothing here. Yeah, I was trying to get through on the 7th rank. It's kind of like my one-way through. Eventually we just went after them enough. All right, playing a National Master. What's that country? Island Islands? There's no way that's a country. Who owns the Island Islands? Oh, Bushgas Gambit. Let's go. We're playing, gotta be the top player in the Island Islands. National Master Zachary Liu. Although you can set your flag to anything. Chat, comment if you know about the Island Islands. Alright, knight c3. We can't play knight f6 because just h3 shuts it all down. But this is why we like the Bushgas better than the Stafford. And we just had a game like this. We just had a game exactly like this. Okay. This is interesting because I want to take and give check, but they have like queen takes right now. However, we're threatening queen g4. It's knight g4 here. Okay, so they guarded it. They guarded it. They guarded f2 as well. Knight takes e4. Knight takes e4. Bishop takes d8. Yeah, this is good stuff. Play h6. I want to do this. I don't want the knight to just land uncontested on e4, which is what they could do. They could take it. Pawn takes. How do we inflict pressure? Right there. This is almost a tactic. So we've got all sorts of guys. It's like, what happens? Probably not. That guards everything. Trade, bishop takes, takes. King takes, check, king back. Not much there if you've traded queens, right? That's kind of the problem. If I take first, I don't actually have anything great here. I could trade an h4. However, f3, and again, it's not that special unless you keep the queens. So I probably just need to do something like this move. Just dodge that trade, castle's long. Okay. Castle's long is a good idea here. Gotta get out of the way of this. They could take me if they think that knight is dangerous to then push something like f3. They give that check right away. I wanted this, honestly. Because I want like this rook to be free. So let's include this. Got pressure on f2 and e4 still. I think now they're going to want to take it. They don't. They might regret that. Knight g4. I could just take it. Should be fine. Trade, rook e1, something like this in attack. Unless this is better. I kind of want to give a fork, right? Could try for this. H6, I give them another chance to take it. The other thing is take, queen takes a2. Probably not worth it. Okay. Let's go after them here. Pawn c6 is always so helpful. I like how it guards d5. It guards d5 for me. Okay, so, I mean, are we just coming in for the fork? I guess. I don't have e3, but... I mean, f3 and I hear. The problem is that f2 gets hit real hard with h4. 3 attackers all of a sudden. It's like, what do? You gotta go f3 and just give me that. This is, well, queen takes a2 and the mate threat. Yeah, so they had to guard that. I'm probably just gonna take this rook so that there's no further, like, not off the table. But let's just come here because I want my rook on d8. So we got that exchange, which is very good. Bishop b4. Can I give? Let's just play rook d7. Do they want to take a7? Maybe. What to do. Okay, if I can't defend both, I'm going to defend neither. Queen takes a7, I now have rook a8. Bishop takes c7, I'm just going to go with the flow and double. Okay. Alright, and now we're going to pick up the pace tremendously. Should have come in there. I gotta deal with this still, don't I? I just need to knock this down. I just need to blow it up somehow. It might have been very imprudent, but just need to knock it down. Give me that A line somehow. Somehow, some way. That was a way to core me as well. Okay, we opened it up. We gave a pawn to do it. We opened it up. And I also have another way in. Just need to find a way in. And we're doing a good job of that. Are you coming out? You are. Let's get, that's not out of the way. That's less out the way. It was less out the way than he was a moment ago. You're doing a good job of keeping that king sheltered. How do I hit you now? Okay, watch out for this. Get you. I had to guard h6 there. That was gonna be like almost checkmate. That would have been a move. d5 as well. Or just taking g2. This can't happen. Oh, this is good. That's not quite mate. I thought that was like mate. Yeah, they can just. guess just queen g6, right? Rook d8 here. And they probably have to trade queens, and I'm just up in exchange. But I wanted to get their king. Oh my goodness, we're so winning here. What did I do? Check here. Oh, and then we mate them on b1. And we mate them on b1. That was my bait pattern that I missed. This move. I still had him if I just... That wasn't it. It was takes, check, and this. And now you're not stopping my queen. Even this isn't going to stop me. Give some checks, but they'll run out. I go here. And now you checked on e8 instead of on f8. Now you can't come back. Okay, guys. That's the sign off for today. Bye.